Air traffic controllers at Newark International Airport lost contact with a plane. Now, we've been reporting this since it happened. New information now. They were unable to see, hear, or talk to the pilots for reportedly some 90 seconds. Just coming into Fox, the tower audio.
United 674, we lose now. Radar contact lost. We lost our radar. Do I have Bravo clearance? No, you do not have a Bravo clearance. We lost our radar and it's not working correctly. Radar service terminates. Squawk VFR, green change approved. If you want a Bravo clearance, you can just call the towers when you get closer. We don't have a radar, so I don't know where you are.
Multiple FAA employees went on government-permitted trauma leave following that incident, making the serious staffing situation that we already know about even worse. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
We have really old infrastructure in America. It hasn't been updated in the last 30, 40 years. This should have been dealt with in the last administration. They did nothing. And so for 30 seconds, we lost contact with air traffic
That's a big
control.
problem.
But it's a sign that we have a frail system in place. We are going to radically transform the way air traffic control looks. We're going to build a brand new air traffic control system, from new telecom to new radars to new infrastructure. We're bringing on new air traffic controllers. This has been a problem in the decades coming, and we're going to fix it.
Now, I mentioned the staffing issues. They've been causing some serious delays for the airport, and it continues today, averaging nearly 3 hours for flights. That's an average. That means many are much more than that. A Wall Street Journal editorial today, America's air traffic fiasco. An excerpt here. Congress in 2003 directed the FAA to modernize its systems. That was 22 years ago. Yet the overhaul is not set to be completed until 2030. The FAA still uses floppy disks. You think your kids know what those are? No. Few technicians can even repair the aging systems. And the Government Accountability reported in March that 76% of FAA systems are unsustainable or potentially unsustainable, which may have critical operational impacts, and safety and efficiency are at risk. In focus now, Ken Christensen, former NASA and Air Force crash investigator and commercial pilot. Great to have you today. First of all, talk to me about how antiquated these systems are.
Well, they're pretty old. I mean, it's pushing 50 years. Some of them, like I heard earlier, do have tubes. Some have more solid state components. But as a country, we have an aging aviation infrastructure that needs to be addressed.
What would you do first?
Changing the wheels on a moving train.
What would you do first at this point? I mean, we're about 30 minutes from Newark, where we sit here at New York headquarters for Fox. And there are other airports that are busy here, LaGuardia, JFK, but they all have to operate well with this many people moving around. We're a huge hub for United at Newark. What does this mean? What do you do first?
It's not what you have to do first. You have to do this in parallel. You need teams immediately. This needs action now. So infrastructure, new radars, new telecommunications. Our telecommunications is also very, very aging, and also on the hiring, it's a bit antiquated. New Zealand, Air Canada, they actually outsource and make that a contractor as opposed to a government employee. So there's different rules. There's less unionization of that. Union can work, but some of those antiquated rules are really impinging or on effective air traffic control, if you will.
Ken, that's the first I've heard of that particular issue coming up in this part of the conversation with safety. That's fascinating. I thank you for that. Also, Governor Murphy of New Jersey sent a letter to Secretary Sean Duffy, and it reads in part, "I am deeply appreciative of your actions to supercharge the air traffic controller workforce and look forward to helping you however I can," urging Duffy to prioritize the region and the busiest airspace in the nation. What's your reaction to that?
Well, again, outsourcing it like Canada does and New Zealand does, it creates people to fix a problem earlier, quicker. There's rules. If you don't work out, then you're out. And also on the training side, right now the FAA Academy is in Oklahoma City, and it's just not attractive for people to become air traffic controllers like it was 15 years ago with all the tech jobs. They do pay very well. It's probably one of the highest paid government jobs out there and positions, and it's extremely responsible. So during the Obama administration, they did reduce qualifications for that, but they also had a very high attrition rate, a very high washout rate. It's a very stressful,
Wow.
like flying, it's a stressful business.
That's not a good combination. You got people leaving, and you're
Yeah.
lowering the standards. I mean, that's a
Right.
recipe for disaster. All right, so we're at a point now where a governor is appreciative for the federal government and the Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, jumping in. You're saying we need teams on the ground right now. And I appreciate you. I have kind of rushed along a little bit because we're keeping our eyes right now, Ken, I want to be transparent, on the president who's about to welcome the Prime Minister of Canada, and that's pulling into place. Before I let you go real quickly, what kind of team should get there first?
Well, again, these need to be in parallel. So we need to look at employment, how the government contracts with that, and also modernization of the hardware, radar. When we went to a GPS system, they were thinking about dumping the radar, but you can disable GPS, and then radar would be the secondary or the primary, depending on what if the plane's participating or non-participating. So we need both of them. We need to look at the hardware, we need to look at the software, and we need to look at the personnel structure.
I don't know how you can do that and keep planes flying at the same time, but let's hope it can happen safely. Ken Christensen, thank you for your time today.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.